J Spot Jack Cheese, Cat Pack Comics. Shit, that was bad time to drink. I was trying to. I should have done that in a different order. Maybe drink first. J Spot Jack Cheese, Cat Pack. That was a little better. This is week 1 of the MCU movie marathon review series that I'm doing. I did a little explainer video, and I'll link that in the description below if people didn't see that and want to know more. And number 1 is Iron Man. I had not seen this one in a long time. I watched it a lot. I watched it a couple times in theaters and then a lot when it came out on DVD, but hadn't seen it in a long time. And while I was thinking I was gonna have a more negative view on a lot of these, because like I said, the whole comic book movie fatigue thing is set in the explainer video again. Yeah, description below. I think I liked it more now, but Robert Downey Jr. was a big deciding factor for me. I had just seen him in Zodiac the year before, which is one of my top 5 movies of all time, easily. And I loved him in that, and had also just watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang around that time too, which is also an awesome movie. It's a really, really good movie. And the characters and all the actors in both of those movies are phenomenal, and I hold both of them near and dear to my heart. And anyways, so I had recently very fallen in love with Robert Downey Jr. as an actor. And he nails it. Of course he does. Like, yeah, he's Tony Stark. It's like the best superhero casting, possibly ever. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, of course, is there, like, as well. Every time I see that guy rage out, I can't think of anybody else doing it as good as him. And Logan, we're getting off topic. Logan was so good, though, everybody. One of my big problems with it is the action, which, is important for a superhero movie. Other than the scene where he shows up in the Mark III suit, he finally has the red and gold suit and goes back to Afghanistan and fucks all the terrorists up. That's, like, pretty much like a pitch perfect, like, intro to, like, this is who Iron Man is. This is what he does. It's a really, like, tight, like, minute or 2 action scene of just cool shit. Like, and it feels so good, because they, not only are they, like, these bad guys who are, like, terrorizing this town, he has, like, that semi-personal vendetta, they're in that group. So it's a really good action scene. It's really cathartic. But other than that, I don't really care for when he escapes in the big one, in the big suit. That's even the chase scene following the one that I was just talking about with the fighter jets and stuff, it's not that great. And the ending fight scene against Ironmonger is alright. Like, I just really find myself bored with most of the action scenes in this movie. Pacing is the only other big issue, I would say. Having to devote all the time to the origin story, which is important for a guy who, up to now, movie audiences knew Spider-Man and Superman and Batman. And that was mostly it, It's good to have origin story, yes. I'm not saying don't do that, but there's parts where you can really feel like the movie, like, especially the whole leading up to the climax is, like, really quick. It's like everything's just kind of happening, like, oh, Jeff Bridges might be a bad guy, like, he's a bad guy, but it's like the movie's kind of like peppering in, oh, he's kind of a little shady. But it's kind of just like stuff's happening, he's building a suit, stuff's happening, he's building a suit. Stuff's happening, he's building a suit. He builds a suit a lot, he works on his suit a lot, which those scenes are fun and stuff, but I find myself, like, I can never remember, like, what happens when, because it just seems like it's alternating between him and his shop. 3, like scenes in a row where it's like Jeff Bridges is bad, Jeff Bridges is bad, Jeff Bridges is bad, and then the the fight. I could also be finding more fault in that than I think because I was kind of bored by the origin story. Like I said, him escaping not really super awesome. And everything leading up to it is all right. I'm not gonna give it a bad rating. I wouldn't say it's bad. I liked it. It's kickstarted the MCU, so that's gotta mean something. All this stuff happened before. I don't know. It's hard like thinking of it like objectively and then like in comparison to all the movies that have come after and all that stuff. I like Iron Man, and that's mostly of the really strong like Robert Downey Jr. is great as Tony Stark. Probably my favorite MCU character ever because of his amazing character development that has happened over the course of the movies. I think the levels of his character development are just leaps and bounds over anybody else. And I'll try to remember to touch on those when I get to the respective movies where that stuff happens. I remember seeing this at the midnight screening at the local theater with one or two other friends, and there was maybe one other group of people in that theater, and it was either the smallest or second smallest screen in the theater, and it's like fucking crazy to think of nowadays. Just that like any Marvel movie midnight showing is gonna be packed. Sometimes multiple screens being devoted to it. Like it's so weird to me thinking back on that it was just me and a couple other people. Every time I watch the ending scene of Samuel Jackson showing up and be like, "Oh, I want you to join the Avengers," like that still like I don't necessarily get chills now, but like I remember the feeling that I had of like, holy shit, like this could like actually happen, like this thing could, like they're actually going. I really remember like that first time watching that scene, and just I don't know. So that always took me, and that's really cool. I think that's all I gotta say. This is probably, God, I hope it's under 10 minutes. I hope I didn't fuck that up on the very first video. I hope it's close to 5. Iron Man is good. That's where it is on the scale. I don't know, where's my scale? Incredible Hulk's next week. I'm looking forward to that one, because to watching that one again, because that's another one I watched a lot when it came out, and then haven't watched again in a very long time. So interested to see how my opinion has changed or not changed. That's also partly why I'm doing this. Thanks, guys. That was good. You do it after. No, you do it before you're talking at the beginning, and then you do it after at the end of the. That's how you do it.